Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another raid video. We have the Ice Golem. Ice Golem Hard 10 is, I would say, the second most difficult dungeon out of the four. We have Dragon, Spider, Fire Knight, Ice Golem. Okay, Fire Knight is the hardest one, I would say, comparing the two together. Because for Ice Golem, there's many strategies that you can do to build a team and make things work. The interesting thing about the Ice Golem on the hard mode is that you can no longer use poisons on it. That's what makes it very limiting to what we used to use on the normal difficulties. On normal difficulties, we were able to do many different teams with poisoners and beat down the boss very quickly. This time around, you gotta do HP burns. You cannot do nukes because the boss does what the boss used to do on normal, which just bursts you down, especially if the two ads left and right are alive. And then yeah, basically HP burns. You cannot do poisons. Poisons don't stick, and also the boss cleanses all the time, so it gets quite annoying, gets very difficult. So all the strategies that revolve around making a team right now are basically an HP burn champion, a good one that survives all the way to the boss and then survives the hits that the boss does on him. And the one that seems most prevalent is R-Tag. So that's going to be the theme of today's video, rebuilding an account that has R-Tag in it to make a team for stage 10. Currently the team is 3.47, 3 minutes 47 seconds with this team. Looks like an interesting team. It does have Sulfurion. This account does have Sulfurion, so I wonder if I can use him instead. In terms of surviving, this guy, I don't know. Whenever HP burn debuff is activated, heals all allies by 5% of their max health. Whenever HP burn debuff is activated on Scavag, Tainted Scavag, Spiderlings, or Tainted Spiderlings, heals all allies by 1% of their max HP. Okay. Feels the champion's Terminator. He will actually look very interesting for the hard one. I'm actually probably gonna use Sulfurion together with R-Tag for this one, so this will be interesting in terms of like a showcase. In terms of champions available, we have many champions here, but the thing is, with many accounts that I've been on over, you know, whatever time I've been on doing takeovers, guys, is that you might have the champions, but the real thing is, do you have the gear? The gear plays a huge role, and also, do you have the awakenings help a lot for hard mode dungeons. Awakenings just give you like an insane boost in terms of survivability. Do you have, well, it's gear, awakening, great hole bonuses. If we have a look at them right now, do we get I think we get nothing, right? No empowerments, no blessings. If I do Ice Golem, no boosts on Ice Golem. And then the affinity bonuses, we get plus 80. All right, okay, we get plus 80, let's say, for R-Tag, which is nice. In terms of his resistance, do we get any resistance boost? Not so much, plus 30s. Yeah, that's why I say resistance and accuracy are the most needed when upgrading your Great Hole bonuses. It's like the #1 area, I would say. It's accuracy, crit damage, resistance, and then anything else. Ideally, you'll have everything if you're planning to do hard mode dungeons, but it is an insane time investment, Not only, you know, year investment, but time investment, for sure. Anyway, let's start building the teams and see where this takes us. We will be using like a seer for this one. So we do have a seer on this account. I believe only one seer with the 1-star awakening, a little bit, you know, weak. No savage on this one. Gonna make my my life really difficult at this point. I wonder if he's got savage on the account. We'll see. It's got many champions, but problem is gear from what it looks like. So as I said, building a seer for hard mode 10 becomes very difficult, so I might need to use more buffs rather than something else to make my life easier in terms of taking down the 2 waves, round 1 and round 2, to get to the boss. So I'll start working very quickly on it and re-gearing the champion. So it will be seer doing damage, it will be R-Tag, who has no gear on, basically in a fast kind of build with resistance and accuracy. And then we'll have probably Sulfurion, who can also revive. That is very interesting. Sulfurion can revive and boost Terminator, grants an extra turn. Then he can place the HP burn debuff, then instantly activate it. That's going to be nice in terms of damage. Place a shield, then And then the value of the shield cannot exceed 25,000. I don't know why that exists. And then feels the Terminator for each HP burn debuff place, and then heals by 5%. That is very nice. That is a very nice thing for hard mode 10. I think the most difficult thing will be actually Seer, getting Seer to the damage that we need. All right, let's re-gear her slowly, and we'll see how that goes. So looking at you know, Savage gear here, it's very limited. 5-star. It means the guy who has the account didn't put so much effort into Fire Knight. Unfortunately, that's the way it's gonna go. But a good way to see and find gear is, you know, legendary pieces, and then leveling them up and then reworking them. That's a good way, especially for Savage, to potentially get something like these. The 5-stars, we might have some ores available, and maybe if we get a crit rate roll, it's gonna be nice. Tack percent doesn't help Seer, but it does help somebody else. So that is not an actually bad item for Savage, okay, if I'm being very honest there. So speed, resistance, not stats that I'm looking for out of a Savage set. So again, looking for crit rate, looking for speed. Absolutely worse than what we got there. But I don't have the luxury to not level these up, since he doesn't have any really good pieces. I'll have a look on his other champions, but for now I'm looking at all of the gear that he has on the account. Look at this. Like, these items I wouldn't even keep if I was farming on my account. But when you are an account with a low amount of gear, you don't have the flexibility to be selling pieces like this. So in terms of, should this be a goal for me? If you're looking at this video saying, okay, I want to do an Ice Golem hard mode team, where are you in terms of, look at this, triple accuracy? This can be used as an offset item. Let's say, okay, continuing to my point, where are you right now in terms of your journey in raid? Okay, where is your account standing? Do you farm Fire Knight normal? Do you have enough gear that you're comfortably equipping your champions at this point in the Savage? That means, yes, you can push for hard Fire Knight. It's not going to change the world. If you do hard Fire Knight, you know, getting mythicals has a very low drop rate. So don't expect to be getting mythicals and like raining out of the sky, especially with good stats. So with that in mind, just keep on farming normal if hard is such a big jump in difficulty. But if you're still not farming 25 on normal with a comfortable minute to minute 30 team, and you are looking to do things such as hard mode Ice Golem, there's no reason to, honestly. It will help you a little bit with points when doing tournaments, but it's not going to change your account if you're getting mythical retaliation gear or mythical whatever, what reflex gear. I mean, reflex is good, but getting a good reflex set is just speed, basically, for the most part. So yeah, we're not looking good with Savage. If I check on equipped, we might have something better. This is not looking that great, but some items seem to be equipped on her. So on Sineja. So the good thing about Seer is that she doesn't need 250 speed. I don't know where this guy is using her, but wherever it is, it doesn't need 250 speed. So we're gonna drop the speed. We're gonna check on the masteries. Helm Smasher is the #1 worst mastery for Seer, because that gives in to RNG. So if you need Helm Smasher to break through defense on enemies, it means you don't have the gear, and it's gonna fail on average 50% of the time. So we reset. This is the build for Seer. It hasn't changed ever. So if you see a guide from back in 2020 or something for Seer, and you see somebody building her like what I'm showing you guys right now, it's because this is the build, right? There's no way around it. You can go here with Lore of Steel if you want to, but Evil Eye helps in so many situations for normal dungeons. On hard mode dungeons, you won't find many enemies that can have their Terminator manipulated, meaning bosses. But Lore of Steel gives you a very little benefit, right? So next we go Master Hexer or Sniper. It doesn't really matter. Master Hexer, maybe if you can land the weekend, that would be nice. So that extra 20% crit damage is nice. Gives you a little bit more of the ability to be comfortable with that. But I I wanted to check the area bonuses very quickly. So the area bonuses on this account, very quickly, if I check them, he has a little bit of medals farm, crests farm through live arena. So what I will do is I'll just do the 25. Look at this. Oh, that potion keeps. Oh, damn. What a big mistake. All right, let's do. I wanted to do this one. I thought it was the top. All right. My mistake. It's 50, not 25. I was wondering why it was so low. So 50 crests gives me a nice 8 accuracy. All right. It's not the best, but I can at least boost it up a little bit. Ignore defense will be huge. Here, I could actually get this done also if I didn't do this, but it's fine. We'll give some speed to everybody, and then even more crit damage. That's gonna help us a lot. So farming live arena, if you have the time, guys, if you're not playing another game, if you find yourself maybe watching TV and you have your phone, you can play around a little bit with the live arena. But I think they need to boost rewards to lower the time investment required, honestly, guys. Boost rewards to lower time investment. Anyway, let's carry on. The Great Hall looks very bad, if I'm being honest. Very bad. It's gonna make it very difficult to make a proper hard mode 10 team. Oh, game's crashed. Game crashed. Another big thing when doing takeovers is forging gear. This is such a big thing. Accounts out there that are spenders, not buying the forge pass on instinct bolster is a big mistake. This is a very easy way for you to pick up some good gear. If you're not taking advantage of this, then you're losing out on potential for your account. So this one does buy something. He does have the instinct set, so that's what I'm looking for. I will be crafting all of the instinct gear that he has, trying to get the maximum, you know, benefit with crit rate, looking for crit rate in everything. I'm not gonna look for the stats right now. I'm just gonna craft everything and look for them through just searching after the fact. But if you think about it, you're paying $20 for the forge pass and you get 200 pieces of gear. So it's like 10 cents per one piece of gear potentially crafted. I mean, there's RNG in that, there's randomness, but at least it's better than just buying shards. Okay, I think buying shards is overrated after a point. Like, this account right now has too many champions, has no reason to keep on spending on shards. He should be just getting the daily shards from whatever he does in clan boss, and then if he ever wants to buy something again, it should be, you know, forge pass. It should be maybe something if they do Xena again, if he has Xena, if he wants to get like a different champion, or to buy just straight up energy so that he can farm more gear, or just not spend at all. Honestly, not spend at all, and whatever energy he gets, translate that into gear farming. It's just a lot of gear farming. Take advantage of the 3x on speed, 3x on savage, 3x on regeneration. All of those sets will find use on your account. Like regeneration, very useful for these types of runs where you're building an account with, you know, looking to survive a lot, and it's gonna make it very hard for you to survive if you don't have regeneration. And I think that's gonna be an issue for me here, but we'll see how this goes. If we have an issue, probably just gonna throw in there, what's your name, Marichka, so that if everybody dies, she revives, and if I have Sulfurion in there, he'll be able to revive her also. So it's gonna be like a no-brainer, really. So right now, look at this: attack percent, 6 speed. I mean, this is not bad for a bomb type of champion, so I'm not gonna go and do a cleanse. Look at this: crit damage, speed, attack percent, crit rate. Godly item. This is not a savage set, but it's the next best thing. Okay, so crit damage, speed, accuracy. So looking very well here. In terms of the instinct, we did very well. Bolster will be very nice to have a few pieces available, so I'm gonna craft a little bit. So why do I need bolster when I'm not doing arena? I'm not doing an arena takeover. Bolster is not just an arena set. This can provide a big shield to the team. Although it cannot be used by Seer, it can still be used as a way to protect your team when you are reaching to the boss part, okay? Because the shield stays on for 3 turns, and then the hero who has the set regenerates 10% health every time he takes a turn. So it's not like a regeneration set, it's weaker, but at least if you don't have regeneration, you can use bolster. It makes things difficult for Seer though. So we'll see how this goes, but we cannot choose on what we're gonna get. So doing my best here with what we have. Defiant is also very nice. I think he crafted this already. Righteous. What else? Guardian is okay. Perception. I'm gonna craft Perception just for the accuracy part. I do like Perception a lot. It is the best set in the game, I would say. The most used set in the game. Better worded, rather than just calling it the best set. The best set, I would say, it's Stone Skin for what it does. There's no other set that affects gameplay so much, such as the Stone Skin. It completely can neuter a team in arena and can help you a lot, even in PvE teams, right? Like there's many Dragon teams, Dragon Hard Mode 10, where you use a Stone Skin set. So I think that's enough for crafting. I need to go check on the items that I crafted. So right now I'm leveling up a little bit the gear that we have available. I filtered based on crit rate. I don't know if that's a good filter for this account, but why this is going to help me is for building up Seer. Look at that, 23% crit rate. I don't really need to go crazy with Seer. She's not going to be the key for this one. If I spend too much of my silver on rebuilding Seer, I'm going to have trouble, because the real problem is going to be regearing Artag and Sulfurion to be able to survive. Artag needs crazy stats, just crazy stats to survive, which this account does not have through Great Hole bonuses. And getting accuracy high enough, gonna be difficult. Very, very difficult. So I think what I'll do is I'll make a team, see if Artag works, and if things go wrong, we will not try to make a minute farming team. We'll make like a 2 minutes farming team and call it a day, because it's just the account is not there at the moment in terms of stats and gear. So let's do crit rate, speed. What I need is crit rate, crit damage. All right, let's filter quickly for these stats. So crit rate, crit damage is what you're looking for when building Seer. Ideally crit rate, crit damage, speed, but very difficult to get. This was the item that I got before, so taking this immediately to 16. Crit damage, attack percent, not good for Seer, but will be used in the future. So I take the items just to 12. This helps me save up a little bit on the silver that I spend. And like if I get something like this, crit damage, look at that, at 3 rolls, you gotta roll it again, right? You can't go wrong rolling that item. If he gets like a triple roll, even that shield I could have rolled again, so he got a triple roll on the crit rate. Works very well for us. We'll see. The good thing about Instinct, it does give you some speed, so easier to build some specific setups with this one. And then what I need to see is gloves. All right, crit rate gloves is something that crit damage gloves is something that lots of players out there don't really look for. Crit damage gloves with a crit rate substat is not that difficult to get, but not that easy to get also. So it's a weird statement to make. You just look for them. You just have to look for them very, very hard when you are farming, and not be too just throwing away the items. Look at that. Oh my god, just 5 stars. Jesus, this makes my life difficult. Okay, makes my life too difficult at the moment. Even a bolster glove would have worked, but these are items that I just got. So if I check on not the new items, let's see, what kind of 6-star gloves do we have? Jesus, yeah, not so many. If you see an account that has like 5 6-star gloves with crit damage, you need to go farm it, right? If your account looks something like this, you have under 10 total items of crit damage with crit rate on the substat, you are in need of just farming. That's just a tip, I would say. There's nothing wrong about that. It just means your account needs to focus on farming. So crit damage on its own. Do you need crit rate? Ideally, you need crit rate everywhere. But if you don't have it, you just look for crit damage on the main stat and then trying to see if you can accommodate with other items with crazy rolls, such as the triple rolls on crit rate that you saw earlier. All right. So here we did manage to get, look at this, like crit damage on the glove, but the worst substats there. So I'm just rolling whatever I can. So all right, I don't know how this is gonna work out. Speed, crit rate, we search for this like this. We search all our items now, speech with crit rate and speed. And do these stats help me with anybody else? No. So as I said, I'm not gonna go crazy with this gear because Seer is gonna be built. It's not gonna change the world. Look at that, beautiful. It's not gonna change the world if she has 280 crit damage and then you build it with 300, right? It's not gonna change the world. You just need her to do one thing: karma burn round 1, karma burn round 2. Round 3, if you get a karma burn, that's okay, but it can wreck you. So what I will be looking for is resistance primaries, speed primaries. The regeneration sets are gonna be very weird. So if we hop on to the optimizer now, I did do a run on the gear to see what we have available. 233 crit damage, 200 speed, kind of low. I'll run this again and see if we can find anything with the instinct sets. So running this again, instinct popped up. Of course it popped up. Ooh, it says to get the gear from Ares. So I'm not gonna get the gear from Ares. Makes no sense. She probably is built with like a clan boss setup. Yes, she looks like a 284 speed. Not sure. So okay, I'll rebuild here. So what I do is just I copy what I see through the optimizer. That's the way to go with it. And you saw how the instinct set popped up there as a better alternative to what I have. So I go about finding the instinct sets. There it is. And then I'll look for all the stats there. So okay, so we rebuilt Seer. She's looking at 200 speed, 252 crit damage. That's gonna be a little bit difficult, but that is the build for her. I don't know how that's gonna work in terms of just doing damage, but let's go and find Lydia. Lydia is gonna be our next champion to look for. She's gonna do basically the defense down and weaken. So I just want her to have some stats. She's got nothing on, no skill books on her. I think that's gonna make it a problem for her A2, and will not make it a guaranteed defense down weekend. That's gonna be an issue. We don't have legendary books. Jesus. All right. I can't use Lydia. So what I think, I'm gonna be using Draco more for the defense down weekend. He has very low accuracy. He's built for clan boss, so I can't change anything on him. Not even the accuracy. I can't change his build at all. So what I'll do is I'll use him, but use an accuracy lead. So I'm gonna go with Yumiko. She does have a reset by 3 turns, so that's gonna work for my Seer. So that's good. I mean, gives me also the 60 extra accuracy there. Hopefully that's enough for me to be landing those defense downs on weekends. And with that in mind, I can actually build my R-Attack with like 300 accuracy. All right, and then just focus on resistance for him. What I will do also is I'll change his masteries so he does not have War Master and has a different mastery. Maybe I'm gonna go resistance on him. So when I'm rebuilding R-Attack, he has to go for resistance. He needs to be you know, surviving when he gets hit. So hit with a critical hit. He's not gonna be hit with a critical hit much. So resistance by 5 for each buff placed on them by this champion. No, that's not gonna happen. Heals his champion by 10% max HP. That can actually be useful, but not needed for what we're gonna do now. So after this, we look for just accuracy here, debuff. Then we go cycle of magic. Probably that's useful also. And then out of all of these, probably Spirit Haste is nice for Artak. So for Artak, we gotta build him with I would say that Artak needs to be built with a regen set, but I just don't know, guys. I don't know if he's gonna have it available, so yeah, doesn't look like it, but we maybe can do something to switch things around. Just remove gear from her and give it to him and see how that goes. So for Artak, this build is gonna be impossible. I feel it. 400 resistance, 300 accuracy. Pushing it so much. Maybe I can limit it to 280, but again, I'm pushing it again with this 280 accuracy with the regen set. I don't think we're gonna find single set available for us. We might have to limit speed, but then makes it even more difficult for us to do something. Yeah, we're not finding a build for him. So I need the accuracy aura. I'll have to look at the gear, or maybe I'll just do the manual gearing, okay? Just do manual gearing and just limit for speed, accuracy, resistance, see how that goes. We do get something there. And for this one, I think could use her gear. Then let's see, do we have resistance maybe? All right. And then what I want is boots. Resistance, accuracy, that would be amazing. Resistance, accuracy, look at these boots, immortal boots. I'm actually gonna equip those and see, might help me. Then let's look for speed. Defense gloves, all right. All right, that's the regen set done. Then we're looking for maybe if we can use this set. So how are my stats looking? 64,000 health with 2.6k defense, 220 speed, 322 accuracy. Yeah, these are not good. So, and this is just random. If I boost them through glyphs, maybe get to 240 speed and then 300 resistance. I will probably need to get a resistance chest piece, I think. Okay, so Artak has been built, although not the best build. I've managed to get my accuracy up to 349, 400 resistance, 229 speed, 3000 defense, 50,000 health. Health is very low, defense is very low for this build, but since I'll be running probably Sulfurion in a shield set, we should be okay. It's gonna be a tanky shield set, I think, and we should be okay. The shield set is needed basically to help Seer do some more damage, but we'll see how this goes by the end of this. So the team so far is Seer, Artak, Draco. Yumiko has to be in the lead for Draco to get his accuracy, and then we'll have Sulfurion in there as an added for just the poisons. If I see that my Artak is just not surviving and it's causing the run to fail, I'll just drop in the obvious, which will be the 5-star awakened Marichka. Marichka will be huge here because she can cleanse, she can boost Terminator, she can boost resistance also. She revives. It's just too many good things that she provides to not use her, but it's gonna make the run a little bit slower. Anyway, and he's not really built her for anything, so we'll see how that goes with Sulfurion. I really want to test out Sulfurion with this combo together. So what we're looking for now is a shield set. So Why do I need a shield set? Is basically to help Seer do some more damage with the extra. So with Sulfurion, I'm almost done with the build. It was a very quick rebuild. We already went through 50 million silver just because the account had 0 gear. If I'm being, honest, I had to forge and then I had to use those items to just straight level them up from scratch, which is not a good time, when building an account. Leveling things up from scratch means the account is very low. And if you're trying to do the end game dungeons, it makes it for a hard takeover in terms of just straight up time investment, the time you need to push everything. So we're looking at 219 speed. I mean, speed doesn't play much of a role. 305 accuracy. We need that to land the HP burns. 3000 defense, 60,000 health. Good thing about this guy is that he regenerates HP and turn meter for everybody. So that's going to help us a little bit. We've got an HP aura, but I gotta go with the accuracy one. So with that in mind, we're good to go. So let's test this team out. Okay, this was his previous team. Obviously, looked like a very heavy in terms of just having everybody survive. I wonder how this team would go if I compare it. But let's do the Yumiko. Let's do Artak. Sulfurion, where is he? Yep, works well, I would say, Sulfurion instead of Artak. I could definitely use one or the other. I just feel that Artak has the ability to survive on his own because of his big passive. If we had the blessing on him, would have made things very much easier here, but one of the two will have to be replaced in the end. We'll see on how this goes. So Seer goes in there, and then finally we need our reset. No, we have a reset. We need our defense down and weaken, which is going to be Draco. So Draco will provide the reset. So look at that, 267 on her. Doesn't even have gear basically. So we're gonna lock out Artak. Don't want Artak to be using any of his skills at any point, because we want to use them on the boss. We always want to have the HP burn go first and then the activation second. From this guy, also I don't want to use his skill at all. I'll try to lock him out and see how that goes, and then have the activation be the primary. I'm not even sure if he uses the ultimate when nobody's alive, but we'll see. For Seer, we gotta use the Karma Burn first if we have it available. Yumiko should open up with this, but shouldn't use it again if she has it. Then for Seer, I'm not gonna do Karma Burn on the boss, because that's just gonna kill us. And this guy should apply the weaken whenever available. So Yumiko should work with the 267. The idea is that she shouldn't stay alive. Problem with Sulfurion is that he problem with this guy is that he'll be reviving everybody, making the run slower. But let's see how this does on stage 10. No awakenings really on anybody. Makes things very difficult, but I mean, that's the reality for many accounts out there. So if I had some, yikes, don't even have the damage there. So I need more buffs basically. I need more buffs. Yeah, damage is just too much. I need more buffs since we don't have the awakenings on Seer. Okay, so I've rebuilt Marichka for this showcase. 227 speed and a bunch of tanky stats. The idea is that she provides a shield to the whole team. The shield set is going to be different. It's going to count as different buff. And then I gave one buff accessory to Yumiko. Maybe that's enough. I don't know. Just yeah, seemed to be enough this time around. There's the reset. Yeah, my Seer was too fast for this. So the problem here was basically Seer outsped my Draco. So that was the problem there. She outsped Draco. Well, it's because of the masteries. So I can drop my speed on Seer and I should be okay. So let's see how this is gonna go. The idea behind Artak being the one here to survive instead of, let's say, Sulfurion. The problem here is I don't really need to have Artak now because she'll be recovering his destroyed max HP, which makes Artak do what he's supposed to be doing. So I could use Sulfurion instead with the same gear and masteries, and it's still gonna do the same thing. And oh, this is gonna take forever. I gotta use some skills because all right, let's just exit. Might as well exit and see if I can remove some speed from Seer, because 206 she gets from the kill. She gets plus 18. She goes to 224, and yeah, we need to drop her like 5 speed, so she doesn't really need accuracy. Could give her just any set. So now she's sitting at 190 speed. That might be too low. We'll see. I don't think so, but it's better. Yeah, I don't have the shield set anymore. That's the problem. All right, there we didn't land the what's it called, defense down. That's why. Oh yeah, I don't have a shield set anymore. Huh, interesting. We're still doing the damage now. All right. Yikes, Artak got wrecked there. Just didn't have the stats for it. Yeah, he just doesn't have the stats to survive all that. Damn. Alright, we're in trouble, boys. Cause yeah, he can recover some health, but yikes. It's just too much. Too much for Artak without the awakening. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try just the Duchess in there and see how this goes, but I highly doubt that we're still gonna be able to survive. I don't know. Bolster helps and all, but the Artak is so squishy. It's just nuts. Yeah, we need to do the same thing here. Okay guys, we're back. I did some adjustments to the team actually. I didn't want to go with a full tanky team. The run was going for too long and I ended up going with this team. Why is this team? Basically 2 HP burn activations, and the fact that we don't have a very tanky possible Artak makes it so that we cannot go for the 1 minute team. What I wanted out of making this takeover was to make a team that is consistent for farming Ice Golem 10, even if it doesn't have the fastest time, like a minute 30, a minute 40, 50. This team can run between 2 minutes to 2 minutes 30. I believe it will be longer without unlimited frames, but I use unlimited frames when I'm, you know, practicing the run, so it takes less time for me. So let me just explain a little bit the reasoning behind the 2 activators. It's Sulfurion helps a lot with Seer, so I abandoned the fact of having a reset champion here and having just 2 HP burn champions plus Seer in a little bit of resist helps. So the reason I have Seer in resist now is so that she can resist the freeze that the enemies do on her. She's got like 200 resist, which obviously that can go up if you've got Great Hole bonuses or Live Arena bonuses. I've given her a resistance banner for this reason only, and I have a resistance lead with Pythion. So why am I using Pythion? The reason that I'm using Pythion is because he provides a 5% less damage based on the buffs that my allies have. So he's in a bolster set. That's 5% damage mitigation, stacks up to 25%. So it doesn't add up to what Duchess gives you, but it helps a lot keeping everybody alive. And he also has a cleanse, has a revive, so potentially can keep the team going. We have 3 revivers. It's like the perfect team for a no loss scenario. So let's see how it works. There's Sulfurion does his shield. All right, there's the buffs from Duchess. We couldn't get through there, but It's not gonna play much overall, like I don't know, 5 seconds. Eugh. Yeah, went way longer than I thought. Other times this wasn't the case, but regardless, have a look at this. We go into the next round. When you see the freezes by the enemies, you'll see hopefully the resist by Seer when she gets hit by... Oh, we didn't even get hit. We got the extra turn there. So this was like a special run. There's the resist though now. So we didn't get frozen, although it doesn't matter. After I get my Karma Burn, it doesn't matter if I get frozen. Seer did her job. So her job is to just beat down on the waves. I just got a lucky extra turn with her A1. She has a chance to get an extra turn. I think it's 15% chance if I'm not mistaken. Don't call me out on that. The team goes on at 50 seconds on the boss, right? Obviously, the team would have been at 20 seconds on the boss with a hero such as a Kaimar or a Yumeko. But we wouldn't have the tankiness that we have right now. Plus, the extra resistance helps a lot here. I think with Pythion. So look at the boss is at already 60%, 65 with a minute 20. I think it's totally reasonable to use this kind of team. There's a cleanses going on right now. As I said, what I'm looking is a consistent run, and you see how low Artak drops. Like the fastest teams that have Artak have him at a 5-star blessing. There was like a tournament way back. Everybody could get the Artak at 5-star, so it makes a lot of sense to be able to have faster runs, because the awakenings give you the ability to survive a little bit longer. So this is the run. Look at this, 25% on the boss. HP burns on. We even got a death there by Pythion. Doesn't really matter though. No, it doesn't. Extra turn, maybe activation. There we go. 2 minutes 4 seconds. Actually my fastest run, but not my best turn clear. So that's fine. Actually, reflex 6-star. I'll keep it in case he's got like a chaos ore. So 2 minutes 4 seconds. I'll take a screenshot of that. Might as well. And that's pretty much the team, guys. Even though we started with a plan, it changed as we go. And if the account can actually justify it, and it means I have the gear to work with it and the champions to work with it, I'll make something else rather than the initial plan, as long as the team is working by the end and I'm happy with the results, which I am happy with. I mean, we went for it from a 3 minutes 50 to a 2 minutes 10, 2 minutes 5 clear. Totally happy with that. I don't even know if his run before was consistent. I think not, because of the gear he had on everybody. And we see the proof here of how using tanky champions plus champions that you might have available already on your account can make things work. I know, guys, that you know, having all these big champions and not making these teams might seem weird to you guys, but a lot of players out there just don't have the knowledge of how to make the teams. It's like they might get the champions, but it's not easy to accumulate all that knowledge. You need to play for a long time to know, okay, this works with that, that works with this. Oh, if I have this, it can work with that. All right, different combinations of champions together provide different synergies. Even if you've got the Hell Hades, you know, optimizer, the premium version, I think it shows you teams that are possible. It only shows you teams that have already been built by somebody. So this team has never been built by anybody. So while I have the optimizer now on, this is getting recorded, and then one person out there that might have the exact same champions will see this and think, oh, this guy cleared it with 2 minutes with the exact champions that I do have. Might as well use Sulfury together with Artak. His Artak didn't have awakenings. Perfect. That matches my demands. Well, that guy is going to get help because of my runs, but I didn't have that. So I had to devise like my own team for this. Also, people who just turn off that feature will not show their teams on this. So there's a lot of things going on. Look at this, 2 minutes 3 again. That if I could get more resistance on Sulfurion, this would have been so much better. Look at this. Look at this. Are we gonna die there with Artak? Okay, 2 minutes 15. Still very good run. Still a very good run, guys. So this was the video, guys. A big video for a takeover. If you're interested in these kind of bigger videos, let me know down below and I'll try to record more for the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already on your way out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.